Throughout this training, or at any time you need support, there are many ways to contact us. You can follow us on all major social media platforms or email us directly via our website, or you can click the Cancel Connect icon shown at the bottom of this slide on our website to book a consultation with one of our experts. We've formalized our hypotheses and have decided whether we will investigate them using process analysis or data analysis. No matter what type of problem you're trying to solve, knowing what you're looking for, that is, formalizing your hypotheses, allows you to narrow your focus and quickly and accurately target the root causes. Process analysis is about diving into the detail in those areas of the process where we suspect that the root causes live. It's about understanding what's really happening in the process.
The basic steps in process analysis are to start with a high-level map to identify the areas of focus. Then we'll do some combination of observing the process and analyzing a detailed map to investigate our hypotheses. The point is to confirm our root cause hypotheses or to find out that our hypotheses were not supported. All projects differ, and your analysis will lead you many times to new ideas and different areas to explore. Don't be scared of it. So don't expect these steps to go in a nice straight line. But we know that the starting point is the high-level process map.
We introduced the concept of high-level maps in white belt training, and we got into one type in particular in the define phase of DMAIC training. We covered the SIPOC in great detail, and that's a very important type of high-level map.
Very important.
In the define phase, we use the high-level map to create a shared understanding of the process that we're working in, as well as the customer and requirements of the process. In the analyze phase, we use the high-level map to help us to narrow the focus. We don't necessarily want to investigate the details of the entire process. Rather, we want to focus on investigating just those hotspots where we believe the biggest troublemaking factors occur.
In the measure phase, the team developed the initial hypotheses using the SIPOC for structured brainstorming. They identified potential problems in the input as well as in certain steps in the process. In our simple paper airplane example here, the team identified that the customer requirements that they will focus on, or their project why, is on time. As they identified potential causes in the input and in two specific areas of the process, using the SIPOC will point them to those areas where they will go into further process analysis to validate those hypotheses.
Another type of high-level map is called a value stream map. To understand value stream mapping, we need to first understand what a value stream is. Simply put, a value stream is a series of steps that occur to provide the product or service that the customer wants or needs. In order to provide the product or service that the customers desire, every process has a set of steps that are required. Value stream mapping enables us to better understand what these steps are, where the value is added and where it's not. It provides us with a structured visualization of the key steps and corresponding data needed to understand and intelligently make improvements that optimize the entire process.
The value stream map is made up of three distinct parts. First is the process map. The process map is made up of boxes and triangles. The triangles indicate that something is in queue or waiting, and the boxes indicate a high-level step. The boxes have three separate areas to capture data, and they are called data boxes. Next is the corresponding timeline or time ladder. The higher part of the time ladder corresponds to the triangle above and is used to capture the typical or average time that a unit waits in queue. And the lower part of the time ladder corresponds to the process steps. This allows us to separate the time that the unit is waiting for versus the time that the actual work is being done on the unit going through the process. The third part of the map is the flow of information, which is shown with arrows that illustrate the direction that information or the unit is flowing as well as the type of flow. It's called a value stream map because it focuses on the high level or value added steps in a process. It identifies the value stream and allows us to graphically see where we have opportunities to improve the flow or increase the amount of value adding steps.
The value stream map comes from the lean side of Lean Six Sigma, and it's a central tool to increase efficiency and speed or flow. A value stream map, or a VSM, is not designed to address problems at a detailed level. However, it can be a very helpful tool if your project is focused on cycle time or poor flow. A value stream map can also help to understand the process from a higher level and to narrow focus as needed. It's a great complement to the SIPOC, to detailed process mapping, and to data analysis.
If we use the example of the process that we used in our SIPOC a few minutes ago, we can illustrate the process to take a plain piece of paper and turn it into a paper airplane. The icon in the upper left and right corners indicate a supplier or a customer. In our paper plane example, the supplier is the paper manufacturer, and the plain paper flows into the process and waits in the production queue. The orange triangle indicates inventory or work in process. The boxes indicate the steps from left to right, which in our example shows the folds to make the airplane. When the airplane is completed, it is sent to the customer.
Except in a value stream map, we don't use the graphics of the paper airplane folds. We use a combination of icons and information. A value stream map has many potential shapes that mean different things. In this example, we'll use the most common shapes. Starting with the supplier, the flow shows a straight arrow indicating manual flow. In this case, we added a truck icon to show how the unit is moved from the supplier to the process. The triangle indicates that the input is waiting in inventory or in the queue. The time ladder beneath the triangle shows that the typical or average time that the paper waits in queue is 1 day.
Moving to the first step of the process, you'll see 3 sections in this box. This box is called the data box because it holds a lot of information about the process step. The top section is to describe this step. The next section shows an icon for a worker. This icon is to show how many full-time employees are dedicated to this step. In our example, we have 2 full-time employees, or this might be 4 part-time employees who together add up to the equivalent of 2 full-time employees for 8 hours. The bottom portion of the box can hold any relevant info. In our case, we are focused on cycle time and have indicated that the cycle time for this step is 3 minutes. It's important that we track the actual work time for fold number 1 to be completed, not including the wait time.
Going through the remaining steps, you'll see the step name, the number of full-time employees, and the cycle time for each. Along the time ladder, we're tracking the wait time and the work time for the process with the total on the far right. When the process is completed, the finished product is sent by airplane to the customer. After the customer has received their goods, they provide a market forecast via electronic info. That's the lightning arrow. It indicates digital or electronic flow of information. That information is used by the organization's production control to send orders and a weekly schedule.
Lastly, the team identifies with a burst shape, pow, the areas that they believe can be significantly improved. In our example, they are focusing on the 3 days waiting between steps 2 and step 3, and also on the cycle time of 4 minutes for the final step. We have covered the basic symbols for creating a value stream map. However, depending on your particular focus and needs of the organization, you may want to explore the many other icons and shapes that can be used in a value stream map. There's around 30,000 of them online. In your workbooks is an example of more symbols. There is no singular set of VSM shapes, doesn't matter what anyone tells you. Rather, this is used to give you some insight into different ways to use this tool.
And here we have the 1-point lesson for the value stream map. This is a basic value stream map, which is perfectly fine for the majority of projects. If you should need to capture more detailed information at the high-level view, consider including additional symbols into your map. You'll find lots of options if you're using flowcharting software, or even by doing a search online for value stream map symbols.
So you and your team may have used one or both of these high-level maps and is now ready to dive into greater detail to understand the root causes. The next step will likely be to go and see the process in action to explore the areas of concern. Both the SIPOC and VSM, if used properly, will guide the team to the areas where the root cause hypotheses live. The areas where they'll dive into deeper details to see what's really going on in the process. This is where we go from general to specific and into really specific. It has been our sincere pleasure being with you through this part of the training, and we thank you for your dedication to creating a better workplace and an environment that you can truly enjoy.